everybody stand, John can lead the prayer. In the name of the Father, of the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Good morning, class. Okay, before you sit down, kindly look around. Look under your chairs and pick up any trash that you can see. If there are small scratches of papers or candy wrappers that you can see, pick them up. Check the alignments of your chairs as well. Look in front of you and sideways to see if your seats are properly arranged. You may now sit down. I will check your attendance now. Are you on your proper seat? Okay, congratulations. All of you are present today. How's your day? Okay, good. So, class, did you make the assignment that I gave to you? Please pass it in the middle rows and then forward. Thank you. So, last meeting, we tackled about the 5 basic sentence pattern. Can any one of you enumerate the 5 basic sentence pattern? Yes, Miss Asidelia. Okay, very good. Now, what is the first one? Yes, Mr. Bonilia. Very well said. How about the second one? Let me hear your answer, Mr. Consigo. Okay, very good. How about the third one? Yes, Miss Declaro. Very good. How about the fourth one? Yes, Miss Evangelista. That is correct. How about the last pattern? Mr. Pababaer? Okay, great. Do you have any questions about our previous topic? Okay, if there's none, let us proceed to our next topic, which is the types of sentence according to use or purpose. But before that, let us have an activity first. Are you ready, grade 8? Okay, so ready yourselves because we will have an expressions to express. I have here rolled papers, and inside it are the different sentences. What I want you to do is to read your sentences with expressions. Did you understand? Okay, thank you very much. Let us now begin. Ms. Gutierrez, please pick one and read with expression. Okay, thank you. Next, Mr. Hernandez, please pick one and read. Thank you. Next, Mr. Ilaw, pick one and read. Okay, thank you all very much. Did you enjoy the game? That is good. So, what have you noticed on our activity? Okay, the activity that we did earlier is related to our topic for today. Again, what is our topic for today? Very good. Before we begin our discussion, let me introduce to you first the objectives of today's lesson. Everyone kindly read the following objectives. At the end of the lesson, the students are able to. Okay, thank you very much. Now, there are 4 types of sentences according to use. Those are declarative, interrogative, imperative, and exclamative or exclamatory sentences. What was the first one again? Yes, Mr. Joaquin? Okay, thank you. Declarative sentences makes a statement. They tell us something, they give us information, and they normally end with a full stop period. Here's another definition of a declarative sentence. A declarative sentence is the most basic type of sentence. Its purpose is to relay information and it is punctuated with a period. Simple declarative sentences can make basic statements. So the usual word order for the declarative sentence is subject plus verb. Declarative sentences can be positive or negative. Let us have an example. Maria loves chocolate. We can observe from here that it tells us something about Maria. Like, Maria loves what? Chocolate. And also, it is a positive kind of declarative sentence. Now, how about the negative kind of it? Maria do not want chocolate. So, we can consider that this sentence is a negative one because of its thought. Declarative sentences can be declarative. For example, Joshua found a new job because he enjoys working from home. As you can see, these sentences make statements, whether a fact or opinion. Declarative sentences can be simple as in the first examples or compound as in the final example. They can also be in any tense as long as they do their basic job of presenting information. This makes them the most common sentence type. Do you understand the first type of sentence, class? Okay. Mr. Kalau, can you tell me the second type of sentence according to use? Very good. Now, an interrogative sentence asks a question. They ask us something. They want information. Interrogative sentences are direct questions and always end with a question mark. The usual word order for the interrogative sentence is WH word plus auxiliary plus subject plus verb. Now, what is an auxiliary verb? An auxiliary verb is a verb such as have, be, may, do, shall, will, can, or must. That is used with another verb to show the verb's tense to form a question. Interrogative sentences can also be positive or negative. Look at these examples. Why did you go to school? Why is the WH word, did is the auxiliary verb, you is the subject, and go is the verb in the sentence. It is considered as a positive interrogative sentence. Here's another example. Why didn't you go to school? We have here the same word order of an interrogative sentence. However, this one is a negative kind of interrogative sentence. On the other hand, interrogative sentence can also begin with non-WH word. For example, will Mary get her vaccine today? Just like the declarative sentence, interrogative sentences can also be compound sentences. Like, what is that and why is that thing in my house? So many interrogative sentences starts with question words like how or why, but others are yes or no questions that begin with the verb instead of the noun. It is important to remember that interrogative sentences still require a noun and a verb to be complete. Do you understand? Okay, thank you. We will now move to the third type of sentence. What is it? Yes, Miss Lopez. Okay, thank you. An imperative sentence gives a command. They tell us to do something and they end with a full stop period or an exclamation mark or exclamation point. Okay, here's another definition of an imperative sentence. It tells someone to do something. This can be in the form of friendly advice, basic instructions, or more forceful commands. Many imperative sentences ends in periods, but some of the more forceful demands may end in an exclamation point to highlight the emotion. So the usual word order for the imperative sentence is the base verb. Take note, class, that there is usually no subject because the subject is understood and it is you. So imperative sentences can be positive or negative. Look at these examples. Stop. Even though it doesn't have a subject written there, we can understood it automatically that you is the subject. It is the positive one, so the negative kind of imperative sentence is don't stop. Here's an example of compound imperative sentence. Put your toy away and look at me. Just like what I have said earlier, you can identify an imperative sentence because it appears to be missing a subject. However, the command of each imperative is directed at you. making these sentences second person. The subject of the sentence may be omitted, but it's called "you understood" because the reader is aware that each sentence could be written as "you do this" or "you do that." Is it clear, class? Okay, we can now have the last type of sentence according to use. What is it? Yes, Mr. Mandia? Okay, very good. An exclamative or exclamatory sentence expresses a strong emotion or surprise, an exclamation, and they always end with an exclamation mark or exclamation point. It expresses a strong emotion. They are similar to declarative sentences in a way that they also provide information, but they end in an exclamation point instead of period. So the usual word order for the exclamative or exclamatory sentence is what plus adjective plus noun plus subject plus verb, and how plus adjective or adverb plus subject plus verb. So look at these examples. What an exciting ride it was. Okay, what, then the adjective which is exciting, right here is the noun, it is the subject, and was is the verb. Here's another example. How exciting the ride was. How plus exciting is the adjective, the ride here is the subject, and was is the verb. You can make exclamatory sentences with compound sentence as well. For example, we knew that you wanted to go to Korea. That's why we bought you ticket. So exclamatory sentences are often used in casual conversation and in written dialogue to show emotion. But they are not typically useful in academic or expository writing. In these more serious works, it's better to make your point with well-written declarative sentences instead. Do you understand? Okay. Again, what are the types of sentences according to use? Thank you. Can anyone tell me what a declarative sentence is? Yes, Mr. Moreno. Very good. How about an interrogative sentence? Yes, Miss Nuestro. The third one, please, Mr. Ocampo. The fourth one, let me hear your answer, Miss Pascual. Okay, very good, everyone. Looks like everything is very clear to you. So let us have an activity now. I will read here some sentences and I want you to identify what is its type. Okay? Okay, number one. V calls his sister Sissy. Ben, pass me the salt, please. Kyrie, do you know the answer? Oh no, JP fell. Okay, job well done, everyone. Give yourselves a round of applause. Okay, very impressive, class. I can see that we met our objectives for today's lesson. But to make sure that all of you have mastered the lesson, kindly ready yourselves because we will have another activity to do. So I have here folded papers. Again, inside it are the different types of sentences according to use. Each of you will come here in front, choose a type of sentence that you will follow in constructing it. You will write the sentence on the board and label whether it is a declarative, interrogative, imperative, or exclamatory sentence. Do you all understand? Okay, let us now begin. Mr. Kimura, please come here in front. Okay, kindly read your sentence. Tell us what is its type. Okay, well done. Let us now have Miss Rason. Okay, read your sentence and tell us what its type is. Impressive. How about Miss Santiago? It's your turn now. Okay, very good. Let us have the last one for this activity. Mr. Tolentino, please proceed in front. Okay, thank you and very good, everyone. Your answers were all correct. Give yourselves a round of applause. Now, for the assignment, please get your notebook and copy this. Are you done writing? Is everything clear? That's great. Now, keep your notebooks and please stand. Let's call it a day. Goodbye, class. I'll see you next meeting.